Oh boy, I sure hope I updated everything. I did. Okay, I did update everything.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
I'm
Go, go,
hurrying
go,
up, I
go. Right now,
swear.
right now, right now, right now.
Ah, I'm trying.
Muting everyone on
Okay,
Discord.
bye guys.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Bye.
Right, I have to turn everybody's volume down.
Yeah. Hi.
Walking in super hard trying to turn everybody's volume down. Hi. Hi, chat. Welcome to the Backrooms. We're gonna be hopefully I'm so tired right now. Hopefully we're gonna be finishing the game today. It's been like a month since we've played last. So a little bit of a jump, but I think we got this. I think we got this. It might be a little bit rusty though. I hope everybody's doing super well. Yay!
I'm
Okay, I
doing
did my
terrible.
intro. Do you guys want to say hi?
Oh,
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat.
whoa.
Whoa! Thank you for the follow. Danonymous.
What a
Hi,
streamer.
Danonymous. Stay chill. Thank you for the follow. Okay, we're gonna.
Oh my god,
you guys
you
have to
messaged me
ready
on
up.
Instagram as well? Damn.
Huh?
I'm right.
Oh yeah, no, we
One
were
trying to
messaging
wake
on
me up.
Instagram. You wouldn't wake up. Matt, ready up.
I slept for so long. Ugh.
Wait.
Wee wee wee. Wee 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 wee. So tired. I hope you're doing well. Oh shit, I forgot we left off on this level. Oh.
No!
Hey, are you still getting flashbanged? Follow the sound of my voice. Walk forward.
Can you still see, Maddie?
He can't.
Where is everybody?
Oh
I can see the
god.
ceiling. It's red.
Wait a minute. Didn't we
Nice to
pass
meet
this
you
part already?
too.
Didn't we get past this?
No. No, because we got stuck and
You
then we couldn't
didn't?
figure it out and it was so late that we just gave up. I think it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
How'd I get in the boat again?
Matt. Matt,
How'd
can
How'd
you
I
see
get in
me?
the boat again?
Hello?
Press
Oh.
that.
Oh, hello.
Follow me, follow me.
Oh.
Forward, 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 forward. Jump, forward. Okay, try harder. Bro!
What do you mean, jump forward?
Jump forward and try harder! Do a better job!
Is it in yet?
Wait, turn right, turn right, turn right. No, go backwards. Forward. Okay.
Press F.
Oh. Okay,
Crouch
pressing
and then
F
press
does
F.
help.
Yeah. Yeah.
For context, he's in this level, can't see anything. It's completely white on his screen. It's really bad. Wow, guys, this is so peaceful. You guys are so quiet. Ah! Wait. Wait, did we lose one? 1, 2. We're missing somebody. Did Matt jump out?
Huh?
Did Matt jump out?
I think.
Is he stuck underneath again?
Wait, is he?
I was stuck
Did that
underneath
happen?
last time.
Oh. I don't see him in the distance. Did he disconnect?
Maybe he drowned.
Then you drown?
Oh, also, when we're inside the boat,
Oh.
for some reason.
Maybe he can drown because that's
Yeah.
a drop. Don't run. Oh, are you swimming?
All I see is white.
Oh. Till yourself.
That's crazy.
Oh,
I don't think you can die here, though.
oh wait, this is a peaceful level. We may be cooked.
Wait, we need to continue with him to get to the end.
Yeah. Unless he can kill him.
Wait.
Wait, huh?
You see someone.
Wait.
Is he on the boat? Is he the boat now?
Y'all were right next to me, yeah.
Not with the boat. We can restart the level really quick. And just ban him to the boat.
Wait.
Hmm?
I mean, don't we need to get up from the boat to do oh wait, no, we're just going to do the boat all the way, right?
Yeah. I don't think we need to exit the boat. I think it goes all the way. I don't know. I don't remember.
You could just have him DC and finish this level.
Oh,
and
that's
then,
true.
Yeah.
And we can wait. Hi. Wait.
Hello.
Finish the level without you. Brownie face.
Damn.
Oh.
Sending. That is so fucking funny. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can move chat up here. That's so invasive. Hold on. I'm actually going to delete the... Wait, I'm going to hide it. I won't delete it. I'm going to hide it. Box chat. And then I'm going to move chat. I'm going to move chat up a bit. That way you guys can see the conversation happening. Where's chat? There it is. Whoa, yay. I'm actually thinking of getting transparent chat bubbles just because it's sort of the like chat box that I have is a bit invasive. It's so cute, but it's just invasive and I feel like some context is missed. There we go.
Oh.
Huh?
Hello.
Sorry. I didn't sorry. I was
Cooper's
fixing
dead.
What?
He said he was going crazy and then he drowned here.
Oh, wait. How? My insanity hasn't gone down at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh. Weird. Okay. Well, I was fixing my chat
Well,
because it's super invasive, but we can probably finish this on our own, yeah? Unless we want to restart the level completely.
Is it long?
I don't know. Rupert says we got this.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, Matt, welcome to chat. I haven't seen you in years. I wasn't sure if there was anything on the other side.
What the fuck? Ooh, low-key, the bobbing is giving me...
Are you getting motion sick?
Motion sickness.
Really?
A little bit.
Can you turn it off?
I don't think so. Oh. Yeah, I can turn it off.
Yay! I'm glad you could find the settings because I couldn't. Do I have the unfollow dislike? Wow. Disgusting. So rude.
I don't remember any of this.
Oh, I wonder... Did it start this at the very beginning of the level? Because I feel like this may be past where we stopped last time. Maybe it was like a half level and it
I
saved?
think
Because
so.
I also don't remember this. Ah, I just remembered I'm supposed to have an intro spiel when somebody follows. I don't have that. I don't have that yet. You're now hey watching. Sickening. Hey John, do you have any ideas on what we should be doing?
I don't.
Do you think we swim? Oh, probably not, right? Ooh, this is very shallow. Never
That
mind.
looks to be. Are we supposed to jump over the edge? Like, where the boat stopped?
Oh, are we?
I don't know.
I don't either. It doesn't look like we can reach over the edge. It looks like it's a
Yeah.
puzzle thing to push the boat over again. Oh man. They left Dumb and Dumber to solve this puzzle.
Which one am I?
You're dumb.
Thanks.
This. Hey guys, if you have any ideas on how to solve this puzzle, let us know in the chat, because I'm not sure.
Any backseaters?
Any backseaters in chat?
Oh shit!
Wait, is there stuff over here? Bro.
It's a ladder. Well, what do you mean it goes down? Are we not supposed to go down here?
I already clicked down.
Only one way to find out.
This is a very long ladder. First true thing OG has said. Wow. Am I doing something wrong? Are we stuck now? Hey, Jen. Oh, wait. I'm soft locked. Fuck. I'm restarting the level. Whoa,
Hello?
hey guys.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello? Okay. So, there's a problem. Technically, I could spectate Maddie, even though he's not in the thing.
Oh, so it was like technically incomplete, like not all the players were there.
Yeah. So I think we might need to restart the lobby without him.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Okay, I'll restart real quick.
Damn.
I'm so tired. Play game, story mode. Continue. Swagsters. These are all super old game files for all of the ones before this. From when this game first started coming out. I was so obsessed with this game, but I haven't played any of the new levels, so it's been an experience. Hi, guys. Oh, I accidentally invited Matt.
Who are you?
Wait. Ready up, ready up. I'm sorry. I invited you on instinct. Just do it. Mimsy's sleeping next to me. She's so cute. Okay.
You're so mean, OG.
I'm not mean. I'm just so inclusive.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm just so inclusive. Oh, I'm the one. Are you guys seated?
I'm on.
Okay. world is so beautiful. Honestly, the smell of pools, super nostalgic. I used to be on a swim team when I was younger. So, chlorine, like, smells good to me. I feel like with 2 ladders on each side, there should be something over here. Okay. Oh my god, he died. Wait, what the
I'm
fuck
sorry,
are you guys
Jen.
saying in chat?
I'd say anything.
We're on stream.
We're on
My
We're on
fault.
stream.
I'm sorry. I'm excited.
Crazy. Okay, so this is probably the exit. And then we can leave and invite Matt back.
I would just like to say I am the one that solved this puzzle, not Ochi.
Okay.
You see, the
Ladies
problem is,
first.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to come back here after we do this.
Probably. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's the evil pool room. What's my insanity?
Do we
Yeah,
invite
my
him
sanity's starting to
here
drop.
now?
Okay.
Oh.
Do we need to turn valves again? I think we do. I don't have a flashlight. Oh, it's right here.
There's one on the floor. Read this. Alright, check this out. Parkour.
Dunk.
Oh my god, what is that?
What is what? Oh, what the?
I fucking died. I thought I could hide from it.
Oh my god, these guys don't know parkour.
Guys, got this. Smiley face. What a bozo. Come on! I thought I could hide from it. That's always my first instinct, though. You know, I'm realizing every single time there's an enemy, I do try to hide from it, and then I die. Because that's never how you're supposed to deal with that enemy.
Oh. Oh. There's something behind me.
Wait, did Jun die too? Oh, Jun did die. I didn't read chat.
Oh god. Oh
Wait,
god.
he clutched last level.
Oh god.
Stay swole.
I'm golden. I'm golden.
He's goated, guys.
I am goat. I am cake. Why is my mic peaking so bad right Oh.
Okay. Whoa, we got really far that time, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. Is it still peaking?
Oh, yeah. But it always does that in the back rooms.
What? Oh, huh.
No, it's like a quirk. I think it's fine. It adds like personality. Is Jen here? Ah! Who are you? Ah! I don't want to go down there and activate the creature. Okay, well. activated because he went over there? Oh fuck, it's evil water! Oh shit, I walked right closer! Oh, I'm so cooked. There's nowhere to hide! Oh, it's not behind me anymore. I'm getting deja vu. Also, I can't interact with this. Oh, it saved it. I need to find a different one. Oh, that scared me so bad. Oh, hey, Judd's alive.
Oh my god!
I fucking hate this thing. I love the design.
Yeah, you can't climb stairs now, can you? Hey, where'd you go?
Wait, did it disappear? It totally disappeared. I'm trying to learn more. I really like the design. I'm a big fan of teeth. I think teeth are great. You know, I feel like is that Rupert's body? I think it might be, actually. I was gonna be like, I think it's a warning, but I think that's Rupert's body.
My bad. At this game.
He's cooking.
I'll go back. Oh, there's a valve.
No.
Oh shit! Watch my back, guys.
There's only one more. I'm squinting at the water.
Where is it? Here, big room. Oh, I see it.
Wow, so easy. I should start saying what I'm typing. He's so good at this, guys. Goated. Run, brother.
Shit.
Run. The polite pacing is frying.
Is that it? Can I leave? Like this way?
Okay. I was wondering why he was walking like that. Yay!
Guys, I did it!
You did it! a hero.
Call me Izuku Midoriya the way I'm your hero.
I'd rather not.
Are you muted, Rupert?
Our freaking. Oh, there it is.
Oh shit.
No fall damage.
Hello? Can you...
I think Rupert.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yes, we can.
My Hero
Okay, okay.
Academia. Ow.
Is my mic still being poopy?
No, it's good.
No?
Did you change mics?
Oh, it's good now. Okay. No. I just changed the input gain on the settings.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I was gonna say I can't interact with the boat.
Are you guys on? I'll take that's a yes.
Yes. Are we not able to? Oh, wait, no, we can. You guys are just ignoring me every time we're on the boat. This is delightful. This is just delightful. Oh my god. There we go.
Nice one.
Shut up!
Imagine losing this to a ladder.
Letters are hard, okay. This looks familiar.
The whole map looks the same.
If I hear any more
That's
attitude
racist,
from you,
Rupert. Oh.
Nice one. Oh. I think
nice one. I see.
I don't. Maybe over here.
Maybe over here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's definitely over here. A red
I knew that.
herring. A red herring, if you will.
Red Harry?
Hey, don't mention his hair.
I think we go over here.
Yeah, I was seeing if the other, because there's another ladder. I was seeing if that went anywhere. Imagine this just takes us down to the same place we started at. Oh, please don't be another evil level. Fuck!
Another level.
Oh.
More evil water.
Surely there's no monsters here, guys, right?
Oh, that's God.
I may be cooked.
Why do I hear
Already.
shit?
Huh? Sorry.
Oh, it's right there. It's right there. It's right behind you. It's right behind you.
I have it distracted.
Is it still? Oh. Okay. I have two over here. It sounds like Freddy. Four. That's what it sounds like. Don't have it distracted. Better distract it some more. I got 2 wheels. Turn wheels. Whatever the fuck they're called. I don't remember. Oh,
Oh god, you scared me.
you scared me too. Oh no, this is.
Wait, how many rounds do we need?
I think we need like 5. I just did 2.
I did 1.
Oh no. I think we still need like 4 or 5 more.
Oh, Ripper's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this evil water?
That looks like evil water.
It's not evil water. There's one more here. 6 or 7.
Well, there's
6,
an arrow
7.
here. Oh God.
Oh, hey, an arrow. Oh, you also followed the arrow. Where do we wait. Oh, this just looks similar to where we were before. I don't enjoy the breathing. The water's safe unless there's
Is that
worms
not the
in there.
monster?
Detritus worms. Okay, do you want to get that one? I'll watch your back, bro.
She's gonna leave.
I'm not gonna leave. I'm like right at the threshold. You get it?
Got it.
Yay! Hey, what kind of sandwich did you get?
You like? Oh, I had a PB. Just PB.
Just
And I'm eating
peanut butter?
skyflakes.
What the fuck are skyflakes?
What do you mean, what are skyflakes?
Are you from a fantasy realm? What the hell are you saying? Skyflakes, like it's common knowledge?
They're... Yeah, I think.
No.
Hey, Rupert. Hey,
I've
Maddie.
never heard of skyflakes.
I got... Oh, well, Maddie's Australian. It doesn't count. I already got that one.
Oh, okay. What if you didn't, though? Yeah, he already got it.
I did. Ain't no
What about in
way.
here?
Maybe it's an Asian thing. Oh, shit.
There's nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait, what did you say skyflakes were?
They're crackers.
Bro,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
can't
offend
say
you.
that. That should be the last one. How cool would it be if after a sacrifice that thing despawned? Thanks, Rupert.
That'd be nice. Imagine you walk out this door and it's here.
I'm gonna shit myself if that happens.
That's
Oh
right
my
there.
god!
Oh wait, no, it's stuck.
Okay,
Rupert
well,
did break
I'm
it.
still going up.
Oh, it disappeared. Goodbye.
Wait,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
look
I
up.
broke it because I was trying hard to avoid the water, but then when it killed me, I forced it into the water.
Oh. Oh wait, so the water's the safe spot from it. It's too wet for its fleshy body.
Yes, where's the boat?
Thanks for your sacrifice, bro.
Yes.
Hey, where did the boat go?
It was back there. Oh wait. Guys,
How did we get up here?
well, we had to go through. No, we had to go through up there.
Oh, we climbed that ladder.
Yeah, maybe it'll reappear when we go back down.
Surely. Hopefully we didn't miss the valve, right?
Why would you say
Right,
that?
Right. I don't know, because you told me that was the last one. So.
Oh wait, Rupert's already down there. I was like, oh my god, is that a mimic?
Hey. Hey.
How'd you get down here so quick?
Yep.
I don't see a boat, guys. Oh, we can walk now, though.
Were we not able to walk before?
I think so.
I feel like we may be going the wrong direction. Is that our boat?
Oh! Oh!
Ah! The evil water! No!
Oh,
That water's evil. Don't touch it. Our boat's
I
all the way
see.
over there.
huh? Where?
All the way back there, see?
Well,
You can see the
why?
orange thing? I don't know. But we can't go to it because the evil water. I think we did miss something. Fuck. Back to the mines.
Dang it.
Oh man, and we unbroke it too. Fucking put on makeup. And that's this way. I put on makeup, I think last night, and my eyes have been irritated since. It's really frustrating. I think I used new makeup. I didn't use like my usual brands. I used e.l.f. And I think it irritated my eyes. I put on makeup if it doesn't show on your model. I was experimenting with makeup.
Oh my god, Rupert scared me. Holy shit.
Oh, hi, Rupert.
Hello?
Yeah, we
my
definitely
God.
missed one. Look at that. I'm gonna grab an extra flashlight
So
now, though.
you lied to me.
I didn't lie. You just didn't check the facts.
Typical.
Oh, I climbed back up. No.
Oh shit, Rupert, run!
No, you run.
Wait! I thought it would avoid the water. It's called clown makeup. I know a tutorial. It's called using a makeup wipe. I think clown makeup would be very, very fun. I have looked into it. I think for a little while I was really interested in traditional goth makeup. I thought that was really fun. Climbing until Rupert finishes. Okay. It's all you. Rupert, it's all you. I don't have makeup wipes. I used my cellar water. Oh wow, we're all
There
here.
you go back down.
Yay! So true.
Oh.
I used my cellar water to wash my face, but I think the issue is a combination,
Water is safe. It
perhaps,
always right over there.
of cheap makeup, because I did use cheaper makeup, which may be lower quality, and I don't know, it irritated my eyes a bunch. I think cheap makeup's fantastic, but I have a lot of sensitivities and allergies, so I'm just retracing our steps. I know we already got that one, but I mean, there's one we're missing. Not in here. I think I have what I usually use. I don't remember what eyeliner I usually use, but I did use better. I usually use like Better Than Sex mascara. I use like a, oh, he's stuck again. Good. I use like a brown color. You don't wear makeup, it always frustrates you. That's so fair. I want to get better at makeup, which is why I'm even practicing in the first place. But it's such a pain in the ass. Like, really. It's difficult to learn. My friends are giving me advice, but it's still a bit of a hassle. I do know that I like eyeliner pencils more than the liquid liner. I've tried both. I hate liquid liner. It just doesn't sit on my face right. I have like hooded eyes too, which makes eyeliner really difficult, and I've got epicanthal folds, so I can't use I can't use a good amount of makeup tutorials. Hi! Are you babysitting?
Hi. Yep.
I knew you eating the fucking skyflakes. Hi!
Here.
Oh, okay. I did. Hello! I can't get out. I did use. Wait, how do I get out?
There's stairs behind the monster.
Oh, great. Boy, I sure hope I don't unlock him. Oh, it was just me getting out. Where was I going with this? Oh, I wanted to start using makeup more because my friend, she, for Christmas, got me this gorgeous lipstick that is the perfect shade. Like, she was like, I did research on it. Huh?
Ochi.
Yeah?
Leave now.
Oh, okay. She got me the perfect shade, and it's like the exact color of my lips on a good day. And it's, I think, very
She's
exciting.
schizophrenic.
I'm not schizophrenic! Leave me alone! I think it's very exciting, but it's very cute, and I don't want to waste it either. People at work ask me if I use eyeliner.
Who is she
use
talking
eyelashes.
to?
Your eyelashes are really good. Hi, guys. Guys, I feel extra schizo today. Yeah, Matt, your eyelashes are very good. It's actually a little sickening. Something, something, something. Men always have better eyelashes, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Hell yeah, we do.
It's disgusting. Get in front of me.
I have beautiful eyelash. I have beautiful.
We still don't have a boat.
No, our boat.
I get.
Maybe it made the water not evil, or oh wait, can we jump over it now?
I think we just go.
Yeah. Oh, new boat. Oh, those are floaties.
You guys know how to swim.
Yeah.
No.
I was on a swim team as a kid.
Cool. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I was not on a swim team.
I was almost in a swim team.
Did you not make it?
I chose not to do it.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Swimming is so fun. I love swimming.
Do you guys hear
It
whispering
is. I really
everywhere?
love swimming. Maybe
No?
you're schizo.
Yeah, you might be schizo, bro.
Oh, maybe it's just a stream.
Oh.
I have it like very, very.
Make sure it's muted. Yeah, you're welcome, Matt.
Okay.
Whoa, we're so close to being able to bring him back to the game. I choose
Uh-oh.
blue.
I choose blue. Oh,
I guess you got.
I guess I
I'll go
can't.
here.
Ooh, this is fun.
I think we're in the same
wait.
place.
Oh.
Matt, do you want to rejoin?
Yes, he should.
Everybody says yes. You don't get a choice. So I'm gonna quit and then I'm gonna re-enter because now we're saved here.
Okay.
Play game, 4 players, private, story mode. I'm getting the hang of this. I've had to redo this so many times, and every single time I always forget to do all of the right steps. So I have to walk myself through it like I'm... like I'm something. I forgot what word I was gonna use. Holy shit, my room is so hot! Why is the heat on? Hold on. I'm asking Lamsey. Is the heat on? I am so fucking hot. I'll keep you guys updated on what she says. Hi guys!
Smelly, smelly. She smells. Oh.
What?
Oh.
Yo,
Oh,
what's
hi.
up?
Excuse me?
You're excused.
Fuck. Oh, I got new bed sheets. They're like cotton. They're like waffle, but they're not soft. I love it.
Can you see now?
Happy birthday to
I
you.
can see.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
Ooh, they got
birthday
physics.
to you.
To- Oh.
Physics.
I just saw.
You must be this tall to ride.
This tall.
Holy shit, it's so short. Okay.
Maybe next year.
I think we have to unlock
Maybe.
it section by section, maybe?
Juice.
Juice! Oh shit, juice.
What is this music?
It's my jam, it's my bop.
Ooh, almond water.
I can't.
Ooh, chocolate.
Wait. Hey, can you guys save me an almond water?
Why
Never
is the
mind.
music getting funky?
Wait.
Keys. Each area has a key to put in here.
How do I get into the?
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Thank you!
There you go.
Wait, Ochi, what was the
Alright.
gimmick with the party guys again?
I've never been on this level, but these are the
Tell
party.
me.
These are the party poopers. See?
Yeah, but what was the gimmick again? I forgot.
It's okay, Rupa. You
The what?
should know. You should know more than anyone.
I think it was
What was their
sight
gimmick?
because you were walking
Gimmicks.
behind them,
Oh.
Yeah. Sight.
right?
You gotta crouch like this.
Ochi.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me.
It was
What's the
sight.
gimmick? What do you mean?
What makes them angry?
Oh. Them seeing you existing?
Okay.
Yeah, just don't exist
Just
around
don't
them.
exist.
Oh,
What?
All of the wait, this one's blocked up. Oh. Well, this one was the first one we go to.
Oh.
What if I ran?
what if I wreck?
What?
Whoa.
Wait, do I
I
have a
ran.
flashlight?
Go ahead.
I do.
Did you not grab a flashlight?
I'll run.
That's quite dark.
Hi, Mimsy. She threw her tail in. This is so fucking sick.
Let's
Oh.
see.
Oh my
Hi,
god,
my
it's a bowling
bugs.
alley.
Match the
Everybody say hi to
correct
Mimsy.
color and symbol. Hi,
Hi,
Mimsy.
Mimsy.
Match
I
the
go.
correct color and symbol upstairs
Oh,
with
my
the
bugs.
glow
You need to choose a
sticks.
spot to sit.
Okay.
She's not as good as Corduroy when it comes
Green
to
balloons,
sitting in one spot.
red
She's
gift, yellow eye, blue
inferior.
rainbow.
Okay. Huh? I really like this song.
I don't
I
like
hate
that.
this song.
Oh, they move! Oh, they move! Oh!
What moves?
The potty poopers.
Lower
They were
sanity is
moving.
dropping now. The what?
There was one moving. It whooped.
Oh.
Also, when you go into that area, your flashlight doesn't work.
Fun.
Whoa.
Wait, he just said keep in mind they can smell you. Wait, are there
My
lyrics to
sanity.
hint?
I just drank all of
Everybody
it.
shut up! Okay, I can't really hear what they're saying. I'm trying really hard. I fucking love mini golf, guys.
Oh, wait, no.
Me
Should
too.
never go.
What do you mean, why don't I ever go? I went earlier this year.
No, I said we should never go.
Oh.
Oh, why? Okay. Oh, yes, hi, Mimsy. She just shoved my
So
hand
there's-
off my mouth.
There's different colored.
Match the
sticks around.
correct.
Oh, wait, what are we doing? Sorry, I was petting my
I don't
cat.
know.
Light
Don't
stick.
understand.
Glow stick. No, I took all of them. I wonder if the glow sticks work in the dark.
Oops.
Bring a match the correct color and symbol with those sticks.
Hi, Mimsy.
Bring a spare.
Hi,
Okay,
my
so
sweet
green is
girl.
balloons. So I need to take this green glow
Yes.
stick to a balloon.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Where did it go?
I don't like this. Get out of here. Banned. Close. I'm actually. I'm okay. I'm normal.
Okay.
Oh, she died.
Oh, she died?
Oh,
think
she
so.
died.
Oh yeah, these are yellow. These are yellow.
Okay, but this is to bring the green to balloons.
I really like this song. I wonder if I can find it on YouTube.
It's walking?
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna see if we can find the song on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's see. YouTube. I'm looking it up on my phone.
This door looks blue.
Hi, Mimsy.
No,
That is a blue door.
My invasive, nosy little
Oh.
cat.
Give me. I'll be right back.
My sweet angel who cannot lay down or stay still. Purr, purr, purr.
I'm so confused.
Hey.
You guys hear her? No, you can't. I did get her to lay down, though. It's an accomplishment.
Fuck.
She's so cute!
What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know.
I'm getting extra glow stick.
Back.
Oh, this is like terrible.
Match
I'm
the correct color and symbol upstairs with the glow sticks.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
see. That didn't give me anything I wanted, and I seen an ad video of
What?
party poopers, so I'm gonna stop.
Don't get it.
Let's hear.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, I should inform them
wanna
that they
leave.
open doors.
The party poopers open doors and
Yeah, they
inspect
do.
rooms. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fine. I don't get the level at all.
This is gonna be a bit of a tough
Wait,
thing.
this. Wait, I don't get it.
That's where she.
I found the rainbow.
This is another. Oh,
This is the
rainbow's
rainbow.
blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
don't know
guess
what
you
that
drop
means, so how to-
your
We have to
glow
go through
sticks
4
here?
different puzzles
Question mark?
to get out of this.
And then we can go check the
room.
progress bar
This
outside.
drop
is just
mine.
one of them.
Wait, but I can't see without my glow stick.
I wonder.
I have spares. Here.
Oh, I hope I'm not too quiet compared to the
Oh.
stream.
Uh.
I didn't even consider that. I wasn't looking. We'll turn the desktop audio down a little bit. Because it is a little
It's
bit
lit
loud.
up.
Oh my god, okay, so we just
A
have to
little
find...
more. There we go.
I don't know.
In the room?
Okay, that seems a little more equal, maybe.
No, this is so...
My bad.
Oh, this is gift.
They're so pro at this.
Wait, are we holding
Nothing
green right
here.
now?
Yeah, this is green.
I found the green one. I found the one for the green one. I replaced it.
Oh. Okay, then I need to grab more.
Is that
glow
really all it is? Just placing the light sticks underneath them? I really like, you know what, I think I like this song because I'm a very big fan of when they put screaming in songs. Oh, it is. Okay.
Yellow eye,
You
red.
have all of the red?
Wait, where's the red?
I have
So OG has the red.
and it's
There's
the
no
red
way
with the party
OG
pooper.
died with all the red.
Did you take all the reds, OG?
OG says,
Surely
oh,
not.
no.
Surely not all of them, right?
OG.
They're all with the party pooper. They're all
Oh
in
my
here.
god. Oh my god.
And let's just say,
Oh, I see.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my
It's gonna
god.
kill you, Ripper.
OG.
Oh,
He's
what?
cooking. I might have locked him in place. I was the sacrifice.
Oh my god.
Wall now. He's locked into that wall now.
are any of these red?
Guys, can anybody else feel their
Drop 'em?
skull when they nod?
Yes, that is red.
Be honest. That can't be a strange thing,
Perfect.
right?
Wait, so what do we need
Like,
left?
I swear I'm feeling my skull when I
Eyeball,
Yellow
nod.
and red?
Yellow.
I think
Maybe
it was
it's-
eyeball
Yellow
and
is
present.
the
Maybe it's the
eyeball, and
vertebrae
red is
or
present.
my spinal discs. You know, I saw a video of a tuna and they like it was a like
So we just need
a trick video, right? Because they were like,
Yeah, we
this is
just need yellow now.
a treat.
Which is eyeball.
It's so authentic. And it was them just taking the spinal discs out of
All
the
the way back here.
spine of a great fin tuna. I personally don't enjoy knowing what
Oh,
my
that
insides
does.
look like.
Oh,
I know what
sick.
insides look like. I draw gore too, which is like the funny. That's like the worst part. But I don't enjoy knowing what my spine. I don't like spines. I think spine, like the inside of
So glad
spines, like
that,
nervous.
OG didn't
Like
drink the almond water that I gave her, so I drank it.
I'm also glad I
Alright.
didn't drink it. I think
Get the hell up here.
what is it? Like spine discs and spinal cords. Ugh, don't get me started on spinal cords. They freak me out. Hi guys.
I was a sacrifice. Almost got us killed.
You.
Took all the reds.
You.
I'm sorry.
You greedy.
Oh, all the items refreshed. Grab your almond waters,
Yippee!
guys.
Guys, did I earn almond water?
You didn't even drink your last one.
I didn't. What's this?
Did you put
Are you
the
gonna get an
key in?
iPod?
I got
Can you
the
win me
key.
an
Did you put
iPod
it in?
Nano?
Are you in?
It's
Did you
still
put it
there.
in?
I can't grab it. I can't grab it. It's not there.
Did you put it in? Oh,
Did you lose the key?
Guys,
No, it's right there.
Oops.
It's literally right here.
I see it. I can't grab it either.
Oh,
maybe we don't need the
I
key
think.
yet.
Well,
What if we
yeah, I
just go
think
to the
we
next
may
ones?
just need to.
We'll
Oh,
figure it out.
There's so many
We'll
glow
figure it out.
sticks.
I think so.
oh. I
already
see.
did it.
Well, I was curious. God forbid.
Already did it.
I'm leaving.
Already
Oh
did
shit!
it.
No, my almond water. I don't even have a flashlight. Hold on.
Oh my.
Oh, we just walked through these. Why were we crouching
Yeah.
earlier?
I don't know.
I don't know why you guys were crouching.
Immersion.
Ladies fruit.
Ladies nuts on your face.
Yippee! Get out of my
Oh.
way!
No more disco party.
Ooh, a firework. Wait, what's the puzzle?
Back in kindergarten.
These things control the entire level. Throw it at them.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Oh,
Throw
no.
what?
How do we throw it?
Throw it
Oh, over
at
here.
them.
Oh.
Oh,
These,
dynamite.
these.
Oh!
This one?
I think she died.
Hey, guys.
You threw it at her?
There's no fucking way.
I did not. I just grabbed one.
I
And then I
threw
heard it
it
slowly
at
behind
them.
You threw it at them? At who? There's no one here.
Who's that?
There's nothing.
Cake.
Oh, this
eyeball.
thing at the top. I didn't even notice that, to be honest. So we just have to stand further away before throwing?
She's an
I guess.
idiot.
Oh. Maybe I
Close it.
killed it. Because
Oh,
Because it's closed.
I think he's dead. Oh, he's. Oh,
What
he just
the
threw
fuck?
one. He just threw
wait, they're
one.
running here, they're running here, they're running here.
There's so many. Well, hey
Hey
guys.
guys.
Well,
Awkward.
no, my almond water.
Almond water and flashlights.
It's okay. We don't need them, right?
Hmm.
Can we kill each other with these?
Hey, everybody.
That'd be really funny.
Where are the big guys?
You guys!
Who did it?
I think it was Ochi.
I think the answer is I didn't kill anybody. He threw it at himself.
You didn't kill anybody.
No, he threw it
Oh,
at
it's up there,
himself.
it's up there.
He threw it at
It's
it.
up there on
He's
top left.
dead.
Guys.
Okay, how do we hide from these guys here?
What triggered that? I don't
What?
understand.
John.
Oh my god. What? Is it the eyeball? If the eyeball sees me, I think they can hear when it's silent. What?
Mayhap. Music pause.
Okay, I'll test that theory. Well, how do I test that theory? So to just not speak? Ah! Oh. I'll try
Okay.
that one more time just to prove it.
Mm.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Wait, if I move around though, do they hear my footsteps?
Very much do.
You don't think it's sound? Then what is it?
Hmm.
Oh, move. I'll stay completely still then.
Okay. I wonder how to wait.
I told y'all.
Okay, you told us, but
Wait, what?
what's the solution then, smart guy?
I think you just hide under the tables. I think it is to do with the eyes.
Okay.
I just think that
So
they
technically,
just,
I told y'all.
Where's the eye?
yeah. Ochi's just
There's an eye on the
stupid.
top left or left side wall. Oh god.
Did really. I think he died.
He may be dead, yeah.
He might be dead. I don't.
Oh, Ripper's alive!
No, John might be dead. I think John is on
Oh
the
my
other.
god. Okay.
Yeah, John is very.
Nope.
So it doesn't go through that.
Okay.
Even though it looks like there's an opening in the slide area, it can.
Fuck. That was the corner.
You guys are fat.
I'll be
Not
back.
letting me under the table.
I'm gonna spend time grabbing this, and the next time it pauses, I'll run.
This is horrifying.
Oh fuck, did I not get it?
I got it. Oh,
Guys,
I think I got it.
Its eyes still open. What the hell? Fuck. Dude, we are so balls at this.
how do you do this?
There's one more. Wait. Go,
He was
go,
not under
go!
the table properly. Is it still the same?
Last one. I fucking got it! Oh shit, they still come out. Wait, I should have gotten that one. It's closed. Is there a second one? No, they just come out regardless. Man. One. What's this? There's another eye right there. Okay, I can only go through the double doors. Or not. That door open? Wait. The last one I did? Oh, did it? Oh, it totally did. Sorry. Was that it? I didn't test that door. Image just had 3 eyes only. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm covering all my bases. I wonder if it's one of those doors? Nope.
Did we do it?
We did it?
I don't think so. I don't see a key.
Huh?
He's gone.
What?
Did I do something wrong?
Oh,
Did
oh,
Did I miss one?
How do you use this?
I think since it's so open, you did miss something. Because
Man.
the last one that we did is closed.
Okay.
Oh, the last one did close. Okay.
Okay. Matt!
Okay.
What?
Maddie.
What? Where'd you guys go?
This guy's not listening.
No one communicated anything to me.
We communicated.
You don't need to redo it, right?
I. Doesn't look like it. No, it saved our progress.
Thank God.
And new fireworks. Yay.
I think it's just the keep outdoors. That's where they're hiding.
Oh God! Excuse me.
Oh! I'm stuck! Didn't I? The keep outdoors, I tried them and they didn't open.
God.
I'm cooked and fried.
From where?
I'm gonna hide! Okay.
I was
Open the
trying to
ones
say
that are...
open the ones that aren't keep out. I think Ochi tried all of them, no?
I did. And try them again. Oh shit. Or actually, I can open this one. I don't know why it didn't open last time. I swear I tried it. Ugh. Go, 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 go! Fuck!
Is this one?
Oh.
Guys, hide, hide.
Yeah, it's that one. Where'd Reaper go?
Over here. I don't know if I got it.
You did not.
Oh, close.
Oh shit.
Is it got it?
It looks like we got that one. Oh man. I couldn't open this one.
Oh.
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 Oh fuck.
Oh, you throw it at it.
I got that one. Okay.
Oh god!
Did he die? Wait. How do I get back up? Crouch jump? Oh, okay. Fucking liar. Oh my god. No way, I gotta use the fucking trampoline. Ugh. It's just that one, right? Oh, there's two. Okay, but they're both done. I think that's it, guys. Right? Question mark. Charlie. Tuesday. Take bombs with me. 1 bomb, 2 bomb, 3 bomb. Cherry bomb. Oh. Fuck. Ah, fuck. No, no. Ah! Oh my god. That scared the fuck out of me.
You were about to die exactly how I did.
That was terrifying.
Nice.
Oh my
No
god.
key. What did we miss?
I guess you missed some.
Huh?
What the fuck?
What the
Oh, I thought we
fuck?
got all of them.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Looks like it.
Wait a minute.
Waiting 1 minute.
Okay, none of these doors. I was hoping they weren't like a trick door or something. Oh fuck.
You know, because the keypad does where all of the bad things are.
Yeah. Oh fuck my sanity. What are we missing?
Definitely not that room.
Hide! Do you see anything?
I did not
No,
see
there's
it.
none in the bullpit room. I checked it a few times. They keep closing the door on me.
Did they find something? Yeah?
Guys,
Yeah?
I found the
We got
key.
it.
We can leave now.
Oh! Want to find a key?
Yeah.
Bro!
What?
Stop!
What are you guys doing?
He's trying to kill me!
What?
Maddie's dead.
Oh.
Hey guys.
I have nothing to say to any of you. Any of you.
So did it work?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good. Go through the red. Up. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Woo!
Cool.
Alright, I guess we go through the
Okay, so it is just doing all of this.
Next.
Boy, I can't wait. Oh wait, almond water.
Which one do we do next, guys?
Pink!
The
Oh, wait.
pink one.
Yeah! What are they saying? I'm so curious. They're saying I'm craving something.
some ass.
Dick.
No! Boy,
Oh,
I sure hope I see party goers. Yippee!
I love my partying.
Why are we crouching?
Party goers.
are they here?
You are not welcome.
I'm so
Smiley
scared
face.
now, because last time they were defying everything that we knew.
I'm just kidding. They cooked with the song so hard.
Rar, just kidding. Rar, just kidding. Rar, just kidding.
Rar.
Find a tape with all the instructions.
Find the tape. Find a tape. Let me
Find
put
a
it
tape.
in there, I guess.
I found the tape.
Okay.
They're
Put
so
it in, put
fast.
it in.
Instruction time.
These are cute rooms. I really like them.
Oh, is Reaper okay? Oh, he's gone.
He just disappeared.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
Boy, I wonder what this is.
Oche!
Green.
He's right here. Reaper
Balloon.
DC'd.
Oh,
DC.
I thought it would have been really. I thought it was like a put the tape in and then it pulls you into something.
I don't think she can hear us.
Huh?
Oh. Hello?
Hello? Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they DC'd.
Okay. We'll start over.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, game. 4 players. Private. Story mode. Continue. swagsters. And then invite all my friends. Yippee! Dude, why is it fucking 80 degrees in my room? Hold on, I'm gonna get the thermostat. Not the thermostat, the temperature gauge.
Why is it 80 degrees?
Did you guys hear that?
What?
Oh,
Sounds
she
like
said,
fish.
I'm gonna get the thermostat. Wait, not the thermostat.
Yeah.
The temperature gauge.
Oh yeah, the temperature gauge. Yeah, that's what I was like, what?
Interesting.
Guys, it's fucking 81 degrees where my desk is. It's so fucking hot. My fish tank, luckily, still doing well. It's 79. It can, like, 80 is the highest my tank can be. But holy shit.
Have you tried staying cool?
I have.
I guess it's not working.
Dude, I don't know why it's so fucking warm. We shouldn't have the heat on. It's really warm today. Sorry, guys. I'm arguing with my sister, trying to get her to turn the fucking AC or turn the AC on.
That is some.
Blam!
Yeah, no, that's some crazy typing. What did Lemmy ever do to you?
I'm going to kill
Other
her.
than-
Oh my
Hello,
god.
sister. Can you believe this?
Get out of the way, get out of the way.
Yeah. I'm chewing her out right now. No fucking way! No way!
How did I kill everyone?
I like that he says, move out of the way. Move out of the way, and he hits everyone that moved away. Like, I don't get it.
Oh, that's not empty.
Oops.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
Now that was a clip.
Hurry.
That was really good.
How did I hit everyone but OG? The person I was trying to hit.
Okay. No more bombs, guys.
Rawr, just kidding.
I mean, the
Rawr,
bombs are
just
gone.
kidding. Rawr, just kidding. Okay, get the
Find
tape.
the tape. Find the
Can we
tape.
not?
He got the tape.
My internet disconnected. That's a balloon. Balloon green. Balloon.
Balloon?
Balloon.
Do we need a balloon?
Oh!
Was
It
it?
says follow the instructions.
Oh,
Oh, wait, is it?
Oh, green
Oh,
balloons.
guys, that's colors. That's color
Green balloons.
Yeah, you're gonna do the Simon Says.
wait, no, you have to do it in order, Ochi.
Oh, wait, there's
Yeah,
more?
what are you doing, OJ? Yes, that's Simon
Just
Says.
I saw green and I
Okay.
went for it.
Green. Green. Okay, you're a fucking idiot. Yellow. Or something. You broke it.
What?
There we go. Green, yellow, blue.
Yellow, blue.
It's literally Simon Says. You're an idiot!
What did I do? Green.
Stop it.
Green.
Green,
It's
yellow.
green, yellow.
Oh, wait, it's yellow?
Guys! Have you never done Among Us Simon Says?
So,
I haven't popped a single balloon. It's all her. It's all her.
Notice how the green one didn't respawn. I did it in the right order. It was green. Green.
No yellow.
Green.
Oh, green, yellow, blue.
Blue. Fuck.
That's blue.
That was blue.
Green.
What? Green.
Yes, green, yellow,
I can't
blue.
do it. I need to leave this room. I need to leave this room.
Yellow.
Green, yellow.
Green.
Oh.
Stop, stop,
Yellow.
stop, stop.
Oh my god. Oh
Green.
shit.
Stop, don't pop. Don't pop it. Green, yellow.
Let me do it.
Because a man can do it
Wait,
so
how do I
much
pop this?
better.
Oh wait. How do I pop these?
F.
F? Okay. Green. Yellow. Green.
Green, yellow, blue.
Oh.
Green.
Oh, I see.
Go.
You kept popping them mid-sequence.
I
Blue.
got really excited.
Okay. Green. Where's red? That's red.
John, you know what'd be really funny?
What?
Shut the fuck up.
No,
What
this
if we
isn't your
popped the balloon?
conversation. Yeah, what if we popped the balloon? This one. I didn't even have to do it.
Rupert did it. Rupert literally did it.
I'm leaving
It's
this
on
game.
stream.
No.
It's
I
on
will leave this
stream.
game. I will leave this game.
No, don't leave. Look. Green.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Green, yellow.
green, yellow.
Green.
Which one's yellow?
Yellow. Don't worry about it.
Green, yellow,
Green,
blue.
yellow,
Green.
Guys, just so you know, I was literally on the lost sequence. I was on the
Blue.
lost sequence.
Green, yellow.
I was on a
blue,
lost sequence.
Red.
Green. Yellow. Blue. Red.
Green, yellow, blue, red, pink.
It's literally.
Green.
It was literally the lost
Yellow,
sequence.
blue,
The
red.
lost one.
Pink.
The last one was
See, Maddie, that wasn't so hard.
Yours.
I'm so triggered.
I'm so excited.
so
Wow, they're so colorful. Wait, what's this room for?
I'm really not sure.
We got the key. We got the key.
Oh, this is the dance from Avatar.
Oh,
What did it-
true.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
He's so salty.
What's he so angry about?
Why is he so mad? Why do you keep looking back at us?
Why do you keep doing that?
That's why
Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Backrooms by myself.
Do you guys want to say hi to YouTube?
Is this the right color?
What is
over
up,
here?
YouTube?
Follow
Hi YouTube.
me.
For my Spanish
Shout me out.
speakers, how do you say what is up in
The Maddie
Spanish?
Cat at
¿Cómo
youtube.com.
estás? ¿Qué es
Pero that was how
There
are
is no
you?
V.
I don't know your handle.
You don't even know how it goes. It's not even at youtube.com. What are you on about?
Why are you being so mean to me? I was just saying hi to YouTube.
Somebody,
Say your own handle!
somebody.
We're going back to these guys.
I could ride a bike with no handlebars. No handlebars. No handlebars.
No handlebars?
Oh, fuck, I'm stuck.
I could ride
I love my
a
friends.
bike
Hey guys.
with no handlebars.
Excuse me.
I could ride a
Thank
bike
you.
No handlebar?
with no handlebars.
I used to be able to do that when I was a kid.
Ride a bike
And
with
I
no
would ride
seat.
like blocks with no handlebars. I felt so fucking cool.
I can.
I could steer with no
How would you ride
handlebars too.
blocks?
Oh
What?
my god.
I could steer with no handlebars.
Bike with no seat.
Oh my god.
I felt real cool. I was a cool kid.
I hit it in a balloon.
Ball pit! Wait, this is not a ball pit. Oh my god!
Oh my
Oh my.
What's this?
Guys, oh my god,
Wow.
it's childhood. These
Did you
maps
not
say
notice this in the last room?
childhood.
Find
Brother,
it.
this was in the last room too.
They-
This has been in multiple rooms.
Ochi, you think that I was focusing on that? Firstly, I was dead 90% of the time. Secondly, Sarah says!
Whoa. Why'd my... No. No! No fucking way. Everything is dying now. Oh, man.
Bro,
Even my-
Ah! Ah!
What the fuck?
Dude, my computer tweaked the fuck out. When I was standing there, everything was tweaking out and almost crashed, but it didn't. She pulled through for me.
oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I just DC like my net, like everyone was walking in place.
Yeah, I also thought it. Oh. I also thought it was gonna disconnect, but it didn't. It pulled through. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! You're just walking. Where are they walking? Stay there. Oh shit! Where are they walking to us? Hell? What are we supposed to do? He's
What
camping.
the fuck?
Should we kill ourselves to bring the other two into this?
Reaper's alive, I think.
Oh, Reaper, are you alive?
Reaper?
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 They really do be just walking. Oh, he's alive, he's here. Fuck. Okay. I'm dying, guys. I am dyed? Oh, what color are you?
Purple.
Nice. Good choice.
Thank you. Reaper clutch. I was really excited to see party goers, so I'm pretty disappointed I don't see any.
Good evening, sir. Well,
BRB, I'm gonna see if I can go turn the fucking AC on because Lamsey refuses to do it. Where's my freaking oh. I have wait. Oh wait, you know what? Ah, that's why, maybe. Well, I misordered everything.
fuck.
Oh.
Fuck my life.
Ah, there we go. Okay, I'll be right back.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh,
I'm back. And the AC is on. Holy shit. I was actually frying alive.
now if only again.
Okay, so Lamsey did actually fix the AC, but she put it on, bless her heart, 76. So it was still so warm and the AC did not kick on. It's okay, it's fixed now. I can feel the sweet relief of AC.
I'm so good at this game.
Your special day is tomorrow. Why aren't you
Pretty sure
here?
did, like 90% of that walk. Actually, like 100%.
Oh, we did it.
Yay!
I did.
We all did it, guys. All of us together.
All of
Yes.
us.
I
Teamwork.
popped my fair share of balloons.
Teamwork.
Me too.
Work makes the dream work.
Work.
Guys, I finally have AC.
Oh,
Good job. I'm so proud.
Lamsey did turn on the AC, but it was set to 76, so it didn't do anything.
Lamsey, more like. Steve.
Yeah, true.
76 ain't too bad.
70. It was 81 in my room.
Did you just slap
Oh.
it on
Yeah.
supplies?
It was pretty bad. Goodbye, guys.
Stock up on supplies and we're gonna die anyway.
We totally are. Ooh, what's this?
They
They
know the way
to-
out of here. Follow them. Guys, we have to follow Dream.
Free.
Follow Dream.
Oh my god. I've been waiting for this.
I think Ochi likes.
Why are we crouching?
I think it's because they're.
Oh.
Yeah, they're
Oh. I think someone died.
It's fine, it's their loss. What? Oh my god. My friends are so unreliable. Hey
I
guys.
think I lost all
Guys,
those items.
we have to follow exactly what they do.
Stay close. Soldiers, line up,
There's
line
an
up.
exit right here.
Line up, guys.
Well, we
No.
lost all of our supplies, guys.
Line up right
There's an
here.
exit right
We're
here.
losing sanity. We're losing sanity.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
shit.
go,
Wait,
go,
there
go,
is
go.
an exit.
Guys, come on. Lock in. We gotta follow the party goer. Shut up.
He walks so slow.
He's trying to make sure you guys can keep up.
Get the fuck out of my way, robot. That's awesome.
He's so hot.
I can't even see his face.
It's the mystery that's appealing.
My fingers.
Do better. Be a real gamer.
Sorry.
We have to be quiet.
No, not really. They can't hear.
Hello?
Oh, I'm
Are you
focused.
super-
We're locking in.
Hello.
Fine.
I am wrong.
Very sensitive about being.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
I knew it. He hates me.
I know.
I love you,
What's up?
masked man.
Hello.
Oh, I think we just leave now.
Think
Yeah.
we just-
Guys, I think that's my husband.
We can leave.
Who said that?
We did
Can you invite us
it!
to the wedding?
Yeah. This makes me feel good things.
Makes me feel better.
I'm gonna run in and find out what we're dealing with.
Okay.
You do just that.
There's nothing here. Ho ho ho!
Oh.
A camera.
Need more evidence.
Ho, 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 ho.
Camera.
I hardly know you.
Oh, I see.
We need more evidence to
Oh.
study them. Study who?
My camera is not functioning properly.
Who's that?
I can't take pictures.
I heard you take a picture.
Yeah, but when I look at it, it's just a picture of like the non
Why
like
is
the,
there a photo on my camera?
I don't know, there's a photo on my camera too. I don't know how to describe it.
I think we have to take a picture of the
You have to-
area on the camera.
Yeah, you have to find.
Oh man.
Oh, well, I'll send a screenshot
Well,
of
I-
my area.
I know where my area is.
Unless if it's all the same. What if it's just all...
Mine's the yellow area where we can like jump between the evil and the good the first time.
Spoilers.
What?
What do you mean what?
Oh, I thought we were supposed to jump off.
Oh,
This makes more
Did
sense.
you guys bring cameras?
Bruh.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
have one.
Is it drop? Wait. Oh shit.
Who is he? Oh, are we supposed to be getting off at our stations?
I think so. Well, I'm still not here yet. Oh, this looks like my area, guys. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
My area too.
Bye. There's smiley faces.
Bye. Oh no.
Oh, you can stop the elevator. I think we're supposed to go
Oh.
one level each,
Oh.
like one at a time. Oh, look, it's going back up.
Whoa. Oh.
Oh.
What animal or creature is your model based on? Box! Hold on, I can show you.
Ripper?
Look at this. Oh, I'll go right here. I got a little tail, a little fox tail. Like an Arctic fox? Yeah, exactly. Like an Arctic fox. Oh, welcome in chat. Hi. I'm still getting used to intros. Whoa, hi guys.
Okay.
Oh, we're going now.
Round 2. Wait, can we actually use the walkie-talkies yet?
No, it's just an alarm.
Fuck! That's so lame.
Okay.
Okay. Camera.
How many cameras are there?
4, right? 1 million.
No,
There's
Oh,
three.
there's so many.
Three groups of the same camera. Or three groups. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, wait.
one
so-
section is one area, one section is the other.
we
and
need
then-
to
so we all take one of each, I think.
Oh, okay. Who took 2 of the first area?
I did.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait, it's all the same photo
wait, is
on
that?
mine.
Yeah, it's all the same.
Bruh, we took way too many cameras.
Unless. Wait, I don't know.
If you guys go to my screenshot, do you guys have that same photo? Or does everyone have different photos?
I can't hear. Let me see.
I think it's the same picture.
I have the same picture. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
That's the. I know. I
okay.
know what level it is, though. I know what level it is. Get in here!
Maddie!
And I was literally.
Get in!
Matthew.
I was looking at the screenshot.
Oh, he used your full
Matthew
name.
Sorry, I
Cathew.
don't
You're
have
in
fucking
trouble.
2 monitors. Shit, my fucking bad. For having a laptop. Shit.
Yeah, Ochi, God.
Ah!
God. Living
this
your privilege,
one.
woman.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at the red carpet on the picture.
It doesn't look like it. Oh, you're right.
It does not look red. It looks very yellow to me.
That's red
It
carpet.
looks very yellow to me too.
No, it's red carpet before the thing. Look, look, look. If you look at the picture, there's the red carpet. God, I can't. There's red carpet before the yellow carpet. Like, this is the area
like, the room
behind
looks
the first
yellow.
level. Look.
Oh.
At
Okay,
the
let's
picture.
find it. We're losing sanity.
I'm actually so swole at these games, guys.
No, you're not.
What? Where did you come from?
Oh,
Why are you
I'm
insulting me?
You're trying to boost your ego. I can't allow that.
What? See?
Oh, I found it! It's this one.
I fucking told you.
Found it, guys.
Okay, blue level.
Wow, Rupa. Oh, it changed. Now we go to blue. Okay.
Yippee!
This
Where's
makes
John?
sense now.
So we don't need all these cameras.
We'll just wait for him.
Oh, there he is.
We'll just.
He's so quiet. Yeah, we don't need all these cameras. Get out of the way. God damn.
Bitch! You're
Oh.
the one who's me.
Okay. See, this isn't too... I don't want to speak too soon. I was going to say it isn't too hard.
Thinker fell off.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
There we go.
Blue
I
van.
did not fall off.
What is that clicking noise?
That was Rupa. That's Rupa.
That was not Rupert. That is not Rupert.
Oh my god.
I love the floating camera.
Hey guys, we have another blue picture, it turns out.
Someone. That was a.
Oh, of the monster itself?
Yeah, any
Okay,
ideas?
guys, I'll sacrifice myself.
You don't need to sacrifice. You just need to be really
But
good at the
it's a
game.
monster.
There it is!
the gamer, y'all. We are pretty far. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're close to end game. We're getting closer to the end each level, but the levels are getting longer. Wait, it said something about the camera stunning him, didn't it?
No.
It did.
No, I thought it did.
It did not.
Oh,
We need
yeah,
more
it definitely
evidence to
didn't.
Study them.
It definitely didn't. My bad.
We need to find Maui's.
Oh, hey.
That was so fucking funny. Holy shit.
Where'd my water go?
Don't worry about it.
Who
Get
needs
in,
to roll off?
guys.
Where'd Rupert go?
Did he jump off?
Oh my fucking god.
I think he's just landing on the platforms.
Are you sure?
Oh, never mind.
Bro! Yeah, no, there's fall
Oh,
damage.
so we're still on the.
I got the picture though.
Is that the blue level? Actually, I got the picture.
Okay, my
I
bad.
think.
I think it should just.
Wait, how do you take a photo? Oh, just left it. Okay, yeah.
You didn't even know?
What is the next level again?
I think it
Pink?
is this one.
Yellow. Yellow. It's the yellow one.
Your camera's light will act as a flashlight
This-
for
I would assume
smilers.
that if this goes.
Yippee!
I can just hold my flashlight out.
Yeah. What? Ochi, you got this. It's okay.
It's a very slow flashlight.
Oh.
Bro.
Oh,
No way. Here. You wait, it's behind
Okay.
you, behind you, behind you. Bro. Bro, why are they fucking bouncing on us? Is this the right level?
there's so many.
It's so hard to tell.
I think so.
It looks like it should be. I'll follow you. Oh wait.
Wait, what are we looking for?
Oh wait, I can just
On the Y statues, right?
yeah.
Why is there grass on the floor? Oh, that's Rupert's body.
Oh, they're
Oh, here,
there.
here, here.
Okay, now I need a mimic.
Got it?
John? No fucking way. No way! I'm so cooked. Oh. I think that's just dead water. Fuck. Red area? I guess it would be in this area, right? Oh, there's the mimic. Boy. I sure hope I got that picture. Because there was no way I was going to survive that.
Did it trick you?
Wait, I got it! I got it!
Let's go.
It didn't trick me. I knew it
Oh.
was the mimic, but I was able to get the picture.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Look at that! Yippee!
Sick.
Oh, the top
What else
thing is
do we
open
need?
now. I
Yay!
think we're good. I think we just go up.
Yeah.
I want to take a camera.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there's no more picture.
Whoop.
This way.
Win clutch? Yeah! Win clutch.
We're going up, up, up.
Grass.
What? Oh.
It's so pretty. Look, guys, we can frolic. What's this? I can't make that out. Anybody else?
I'm
Oh
Okay,
yeah, same. The lag in this room is so bad. I think it's from all the plants.
probably.
We jumped out here.
Yeah. No full damage, guys.
Right.
I think it's Crazy Dave.
Oh yeah. This is the loading area. We escaped! Is this it? Oh, bro. No way. Did we just die as soon as we get back? Oh. Oh. Wait, where am I?
Oh.
Cutscene.
Cutscene.
We just.
I'm so bloody.
What the fuck?
Whoa, is this Squid Games?
It might be. Guys, my bunk is so cute, don't you think?
Oh.
Hello, Squid Gamers.
Hello, Squid Gamers.
Oh.
Hello.
Was that one of the
Hello.
I'm
endings?
so ready to win. That seemed like an ending.
So that was it looked like an alternate ending.
Meg.
So,
Yeah.
falling back in and then immediately getting run over by a car is so fucking funny.
Yeah, no. What a terrible fate.
Access station.
Oh shit.
What the fuck? Boom.
Oh,
Oh.
I see.
Oh.
Wait, so we missed some rooms.
You are here.
We did.
Where? Wait, where?
We are here. Because we're here.
Oh!
What is here?
Oh! Oh, I see.
Like, is this like a hub area now?
Maybe?
To get the other endings?
I think so.
Oh, what now?
Question mark.
There's 2 question marks on this board and 1 on this, 2 on this one. So, not exiting
means
through the
there's
hub, but
something to
exiting a
reach from.
seat this way, probably. Guys, we're so close. 3999. Yeah, that's what it says.
I'm pretty sure that was one of the endings.
Yeah.
This doesn't
Is it-
feel.
You already do that one? This looks so familiar.
Money.
Change. Change.
So much.
What if I don't want to change?
You don't have to change.
Oh,
Jen.
wait.
You are
Guys.
perfect just the way you are.
Oh, wait.
We were on the
Thank
other
you.
side before.
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah.
Is this just an additional room?
What do we...
Oh, wait.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, no, we definitely were.
Ending unlocked. Undiscovered ending. Oh, these are the endings.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Oh.
So there's not actually anything to do here.
Oh,
It's just to see
Oh.
the end.
wait.
Yeah.
We were at H. That's 399. I can click B? I mean, we technically beat the game, just not the satisfying way.
Oh, you were just here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. What about over here? We didn't go through here.
Yeah.
Oh. That's just the hub, isn't it?
Oh, that is the hub.
Is it?
Yeah, I think this is just the
Looks
hub.
like the
Sure.
hub.
Oh. Huh?
No.
Oh,
This don't
this
look
is
like
not
a
the
hub to me.
I also does not look like a hub to me.
Oh, so many holes.
Whoa.
This is new.
Do we go through the first gate?
Interesting. Hmm.
I think it does say this way.
Which way? Do not enter.
Okay, she went into the other one.
Oh shit. I don't know what I expected.
Okay, my turn, my turn.
Wait.
Blue.
Lever.
Okay.
There's a lever. Oh.
No.
Oh, there's
Trust him.
bones.
He's got this.
Oh no, they.
Let me try one. I'm gonna try red.
Brother.
Oh my god.
Rupert. It's nice and
Yeah.
warm down here. You should join us.
Really?
Rupa.
Well,
There's no way you didn't try the one that none of us tried.
They all led
Let's
to
go.
the same
Guys.
fucking place. Are you kidding? Look.
Oh. Yeah, this is all the same place. They all had fans. Oh.
What a fucking idiot.
No way.
Danger. Down. So is there
It did say do
anything
not
to
enter.
do
What
here?
did you expect?
Wait. Oh wait,
never know.
guys. The lever opened up these doors.
Oh.
Oh.
This place is so grimy.
I don't like how gooey this is.
Please
Go
go on.
on. Argon. Oh, look, a little robot. Burp.
Wait
I
a
can't
minute.
burp on command. I'm not a cool
Oh. Guys.
kid. Whoa, that's so romantic. Look, he's clutching his little chest and everything.
Nice. Oh, we throw him down there.
Oh, we don't rescue him?
Yeah.
We kill him?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because that's what the note said.
Oh, did it? I didn't read
It
anything.
did. Oh, I guess it did.
What note?
The one on the desk.
Oh, I didn't look at this at all. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
wait.
fast.
Did he break the fan? There's an exit down there. Are they breaking the fan? Z
Did I test it?
Red light's off. It is off. Yeah.
What in there before?
Sacrifice. Sacrifice.
Oh, what?
You made it! Oh. I think we need to do a little bit more. Maybe there's others. Dude, that's the second time he's died to that thing. Oh shit. That's crazy, I know.
Oh my
He's so
God.
handsome.
Huh?
You'd never understand.
No, I understand, but for this one I don't.
Sacrifice. Sacrifice. Oh, stairs. Oh. You. Fuck. Oh, I can't sprint with you. Hey, Roper! Behind you! Fuck.
By the way, there's multiple of them on
Lead the way. You can't run. As soon as I hear a monster, I'm fucking dropping this dude. I don't care. He's so loud. This is why you get no bitches. I get plenty of bitches.
Damn.
I get plenty of bitches.
Yeah, where are they? Very good.
You know what? I might have fucked up. Rupert, I think it's possible I was supposed to
What?
drop him in the yellow one to break that one. Do we split up, guys? They can't leave their designated areas, right? Yellow one's already broken. Yeah, I think I may be stupid. I think I was just in here. Actually, I think I may be... I think I'm challenged. So many. They're congregating. Into that one, then that one. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Very real.
Hello? How are you? Oh, shit. Oh, he's so far away. He's just so loud.
Do you mind?
I don't think he does.
Yeah, that's what I
Look at his little limp. Look at him. You can't make fun of him. He's got a limp.
What a stupid limp.
Whoa! You can't say that. Do you want me to lead him away? I die, but they're both down there. I think you're good, bro.
Hello.
Don't worry, I got your back. Drop him! Drop him! Drop him! There's 3 of them.
No, why do they ignore
He's
the
so
guy?
fine.
Go for it.
What?
Huh?
Huh? What did you say?
Anyways.
Ew.
How do we get out?
Oh, over here, over here.
Now, where do I drop in?
I think the yellow one. This is our last opportunity. I got your back. Nah said I got your back and immediately runs. I did. I ran in front of him, didn't I?
It doesn't let me put it in.
Okay. Maddie says votes blue. That was red.
Well, no, I just got near it and then it did that.
Okay.
Maybe maybe there is one more out there.
Maybe. There's only 3 rooms, so maybe in the last one, because it's so large? Question mark? It's so large. Dude, you're fucking on our ass.
So can you tell me what about this thing, you find attractive?
If it helps, it's not genuine. This time.
Are you lying to yourself?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's for the bit. You know what I can't
Sure.
get behind, though? Party goers. Oh shit, I'm going insane. Huh?
I'll go this way.
Okay. We're splitting up and I'm gonna die. Oh, hi, welcome back. Oh shit, run. I'm so glad you went into the one that was closest. Ah. Don't worry, gorgeous. I got you. I'm like a knight in shining armor. Look at this. Go this way. For no particular reason. Maybe the wire monster just wants friends, but y'all keep hiding. I think that may be the case. I'm gonna die of insanity. Oh, I gotta bring him closer. Fuck.
Yeah? Oh.
Did he just go down the wrong hall?
Close to the entrance. Which one? This one? Or this one? This one?
No way.
Oh.
Around left corner. I just say other left.
You stop moaning in my ear, bro?
If he does some insanity, I'm
I
gonna
got
laugh.
lots of drinking.
Okay. Angel. Bruh. We are so cooked. Alan, we are so fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh look, that would've been so useful.
Never knew.
Go, kitty. He's dead. Oh, wait, he's not. Get clutched! Yippee! I totally thought you were dead.
Holy
Oh,
moly. What?
yeah.
Don't touch grass.
Don't touch the grass.
Someone Don't touch the grass. She's touching the grass. That was some red shit that just emanated.
Why is it popping at me?
Is it the grass or the flowers?
Oh, wait, there's notes here. Don't stay still.
Oh, so we can just run on the grass.
Ah!
Good?
Sarah.
That's John
That's a lot
Cena.
of grass.
It's John Cena if he was a cat. Meow,
That is-
meow, meow,
Keep a grass.
You are
meow,
not.
meow, meow. No, I'm not. I'm John Muna.
I don't get it.
I hate you.
Because she's saying Mew.
Oh god!
Get out of the way.
Oh.
Get out of the way. Let me out.
I can't! Jesus Christ. Can we not make that joke?
You should try. The answer's no.
What if I try?
Oh, let me try, guys. I actually almost made it. You guys may just suck.
Huh?
Maybe you're coping because no one saw that. There's a
What did that lever do?
I heard something.
It's trying to
What
touch
did
me.
you do? Touch it back.
Oh!
Oh. My friends are so smart.
Go, guys, go, go, go.
Go,
Okay.
kitty, go, kitty, go, kitty, go. Roll, kitty, roll, kitty, roll, kitty, roll.
Oh.
Are you getting on?
Oh! Okay, I'll.
Oh, and there's levers over here that we can control for them.
Ooh.
Imagine you're a single player, you'd be so cooked. Oh. Guys! Rope!
Oh.
There's a rope. Done. There's a rope.
What's
What's
he
this
doing?
level?
Oh. This level's so beautiful, guys. Run,
I
run,
pulled the
run, run.
lever.
We're making good time. It's only 12:46
lever.
a.m.
Oh.
Oh.
What's this have? A knife!
Oh.
Guess what the
I have a knife!
There's the rope.
Whoa.
I didn't think it would kill him.
Wait.
You
But
fucking
where's the
stabbed
rope?
Huh.
me.
I think it's on the floor right there.
Oh wait, there's rope here.
Guys.
Oh. Here you go.
He's been trying to kill me the whole time. Guess he didn't want to take any chances. This isn't the first time. He tried throwing bombs at me earlier.
I think the grass killed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
She kept on touching it a lot.
This,
You should probably
Okay.
not step.
I'm curious. Oh,
Oh.
I saw and he killed everyone else instead. He did. Dude, it's so bad.
What
4 walkie-talkies, but only 3 people.
Oh, time
One's
buttons.
Oh.
Flashing blue.
There's 4 buttons
you
you get to
do?
press.
Okay.
It's not timed, right?
I think it's timed.
Well, because that's
It's
still.
so easy with 4 people.
It would be easier with 4 people, wouldn't it?
That shit's definitely
Oh, well.
timed.
Yeah, it's timed.
It's definitely time.
Yeah, no. Oh god. Yeah, no. There's one here. Still pressed.
How many more levels do you think there
Ow.
are? I'm guessing there are maybe 4. We finished the game technically, but we got the bad ending. So I think right now we're trying to see how many more
Yeah.
levels, like where we need to go to get the good ending.
I understand.
Hopefully not too many more levels because the longer we play,
That's
the
3
longer they
buttons
get.
pressed.
And I'm hoping
Oh,
to have
okay.
this game like
So one person has
completed
to
by
stay over
2
there.
a.m. and it's almost we're 10 minutes
There you
or
go.
11 minutes shy of 1 a.m. right now.
Wait, is it open already?
It's pretty late.
Oh, that was
Oh,
not
look.
bad.
This is
I don't
such a
know what
pretty
we're talking
area.
about.
I want to
Like
eat
where?
it.
Knife over there. Like
I
where?
want to eat
Oh,
it.
shit.
This
I'm
is such a
facing.
good like edible looking level.
Like over there.
Yeah.
Oh, over there by the door.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there's more knives. There's more knives. Guys.
Oh. More knife? Oh, there is.
Look at
Ooh.
that.
Wait, where was the knife?
Ooh,
Is
I
there a
can't
reason?
walk through.
Is there a reason he didn't try to
Why
crouch?
can't I walk through?
Crouch.
You're glitching through the plank. Oh, wait. No, you can't walk through. Wait.
You just
Guys.
had to crouch.
Crouch.
I don't think it would be
Oh.
healthy considering vines would grow.
Well,
If I
why?
ate it, the vines
wait,
would grow
what's it
inside
called?
of me.
That's so weird.
Is this like the watermelon
It's
seed
pretty taller
story?
than us.
I don't know. Listen. If
4
If I ate it,
buttons.
the vines
Alright,
that are
let's
trying
go.
to kill me if I move, they wouldn't kill me because my body's
Awesome.
constantly moving, right?
Oh.
Which means I would just get a good meal.
Nothing there.
Nothing here.
The grass grew vines when you stood still. Yeah, my blood's constantly moving.
Imagine we were able to beat the.
I'm always moving, so I would just get a
There's
tasty meal.
stairs. Wait, what?
Wait,
Oh,
what?
there's more stairs.
Am I lost?
What the fuck?
You guys should
Wall hack.
all stand still. Happy cat. I'll let you figure it out if it's safe or
Oh,
not.
up
I'll
here.
report back. I'll let you know. I'll eat them on stream.
Oh.
Ugh, my
1,
face
2,
hurts.
3, 4.
I'm
Got it.
smiling.
Oh shit! How do we get over there?
Wait, I'm lost.
Guys,
Hold on.
guys,
I found
I'm
it.
on my way.
guys,
I'm
Guys?
also on my
I'm on
way.
my way.
guys,
I'm on my,
I'm on my way.
We got a little
Guys?
bit stuck.
I'm on my way.
guys.
I'm on my way.
Yippee! I don't think stream would be the best place to test. It could be. Escape the back rooms. Okay, so this was another exit. This is dropping really fast. Oh! This looks suspicious. I don't know if I like this. Empty city. So not necessarily a bad ending, but
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa. Is this Squid Games?
I think
Oh,
it might be.
Squid Game?
Whoa.
Hello, Squid
Oh wait,
Gamers.
were we able to open this door last time?
Another alternate.
Oh, we were.
ending?
Yeah, I
Yes.
came through here.
I was on
Okay,
the other
Archie.
side of the room. What does the board look like now? It still had buildings in it, so it wasn't really empty.
So
True.
the question marks are no longer question marks over here.
Oh. Wait,
So
we
we,
have
Yeah.
two more question marks on this one.
Yeah, we have 2 more.
so we have to go back to these levels?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we really want to be completionist about it,
Well, yeah.
theoretically, those are 2 more endings.
We do?
Do we?
we do?
Excuse me. Let me out. Can you move your fat ass, please? Bro, is
I'm
he even
looking
here?
At the pink chat.
Mal! Get out of the way, bro. Somebody kill this guy. Don't stop. Stop.
Look at you little
Let me
loser. Yeah.
Bro, what is your
get
issue?
Shit on, get shit on. Get shit on.
Let me out, bro.
There you go. But know that you only get out just because I let you.
Oh my god.
Because I let you.
So we have to go back to those levels.
Oh, I can click on it.
How do we even find these
What the
levels again?
I don't
What is this
know.
super dark level?
Which one?
Hmm.
Oh, the one with the next to the water?
Yeah.
I think that's the cave.
Oh man.
The cave of the imposters.
I thought the
And
clown.
the bridge.
I thought the clown came after. Clown. We escaped the clown after.
I don't know.
Or was the clown a part of the house one?
I searched it up, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We get the true ending in the arcade once we get all the other endings.
Oh.
Yeah, so we need the other endings. Which of these 2 question marks?
Yeah.
Oh man, we're
Or
guys.
something.
We're
I don't
so
know.
cooked.
I'm making it
Can
up.
you search how we get to these?
I think, hold on. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Jesus.
We have to go to the hub thing.
Yeah.
The what?
We got the hub thing,
the
but
hub over here.
what level is this?
You see how we are here?
What level? Can you check
Yeah.
what
We have to
level
back
is
to the
after?
hub.
Can you check what level is after the elf level? The houses? Por favor. Hmm. This level's easy, so I guess there was an alternate door in this level that we could have taken. So we just have to explore. This one would be really easy, actually. We just have to explore all the doors.
Okay. So the dark level?
Mm-hmm.
This level is the one where we had like the little light gun that starts putting,
Fuck,
like,
that's
little
what I was
lights.
afraid of. I hate that thing so much.
Oh.
Do you want to do that one last,
Wait,
since
let me
this one's
see
gonna
how
be
we
way
do-
easier? Because this one's just the smiley one.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Okay.
Okay, so how do we go there?
3999, right? It's just the hub. Ready? Where you going?
Wait, what? Sorry, I was looking at the wiki. I couldn't hear you guys.
Oh, thank you.
How about you take a look at the strongy next time?
What?
Wait, was this the right area? I think I fucked up, guys. Hold on.
No, this is the arcade.
I totally fucked up. Get back in the elevator.
Somebody laughed at my joke.
Oh.
I didn't get it. Oh,
You said
wait,
you were
this
looking at the
Yongi.
wikis.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up!
Oh, I get it.
Shut up!
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Thing
The
is,
H was the hub.
Who would have thought?
Which level?
I think.
I assume the second door.
Wait.
This is not it.
Yes, it is.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought this one was the one with the dogs. No?
No, it's the smiley.
Am I tripping?
The dog is the
It's-
bricks. See?
I don't see.
Well, you won't in a second.
Oh, it is.
We just need to go all the way around.
So we have to find an alternate?
Yeah,
Okay.
so when we see the first one... Oh, that's not it.
Thing is, where are we supposed to go to get the ending this one?
I think we may just need to go all the way around. There may be an upstairs too, but I'm not sure.
You know, let me check the. Why you guys do that?
I'm not confident about that one. I don't mind going slower with this one.
I'm pretty sure I died right at the start, so I don't even remember what the actual ending.
You just gotta time it. Oh fuck, oh fuck.
Come on,
Okay.
stamina.
Oh, okay. Did you die at the
I
very
barely
beginning
made that
again?
shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I'm in water.
almost did. I almost relived my past.
It might be all the way on the other side or upstairs. I'm not sure.
How the fuck are we getting to the other side?
Oh, it loops all the way around. See? All of the doors and stuff.
Oh, he ran away.
Brother.
Oh.
Why do you go all the way back?
Run!
No!
Looks like we'll never find out what the wiki said.
Man.
Hey, Maddie went to the other side.
I don't know why he went all the way back. Oh, wait, he went... Oh! Upper level of area 4. Oh. I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. Ah, I knew it.
Hello.
It's up to y'all. I'm dead.
Oh, it's just me. Wait, so this isn't the right area? Kill myself? Is this the wrong level? Or is there a place I'm supposed to go? Oh, so I can do it. Is it in this room? Right level?
What are we
Fourth
supposed to be looking
floor.
for? I think we're looking for an alternate
where's
exit.
the upstairs? Is my question.
I think we're
'Cause I'm
looking for an
already
alternate
here,
exit
might
right
as
now.
well.
There's 2 more endings that we need to get before we can get the true ending, which is only unlocked after we get all of the other endings. So right now we're trying to get the easier of the 2 for the true ending because the other one has
Like,
us
these rooms are
using
just empty.
this
What?
freaking like gun in a completely dark room, and we have to like splatter light everywhere in order to see where we're going. So that one's really difficult to navigate, in my opinion, at least. I always struggle with that one. Hopefully we're able to find everything in the next hour. That'd be nice.
Oh, there's upstairs. I think.
Okay. Round 2. That was a good run.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
no, I went to go up there, but like, bro, you're not gonna make it up the stairs before you fucking die. Cause I was like halfway up and then I died. The light.
Oh.
Cause these lights go so quickly. We're fine on the ramp, by the way. I didn't die on
Oh.
the ramp last time.
Okay. It's just so scary.
I say that and then we die.
Bro, I would have
It is
laughed.
very scary. Oh!
I thought that was you! I was like, no fucking way. Oh,
What
no,
if
it
that
locked
took
behind
that?
us.
Yeah, yeah.
Hope is all one can have in this situation? Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we need to bring a
Oh.
flashlight? Oh, shit. Yeah,
no,
we
there
need
is no way of making it up here.
oh.
Yeah, there's no way to make it.
a... Okay. Maybe a flashlight. Are we... Because we know light can kill them. Are we
That
supposed to
shit
bring
is
flashlight from a
literally
different level?
impossible.
That's a good
There's no
question.
way.
I was able to go upstairs. I was able to go upstairs, and there's like a exit sign.
Oh,
Exit signs pointing towards the darknet.
okay. How high up the ramp are we safe?
Just run and go straight left.
Okay.
Oh god, it's so far.
Okay. He did
Well-
not
Yep.
make it straight left.
Exactly like that.
Ooga, ooga, ooga.
We're not making that. We're not making that.
No, we're so
That's stamina.
If I don't move, it can't see me. Wait. There's no light. What is that? I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Whoa, why are you blue?
Nice.
God. You what do you mean blue? She looks so fucking white. She looks more white than blue.
Oh man.
Oh, well, girl, you are glowing, as they say.
You are glowing.
94.
Period, queen.
94,
94.
not 67.
Funny number.
I'm gonna kill myself.
You're so hip.
So do we have to climb up all the way to 94 and then
I-
jump down?
Think so.
Alright, we're gonna be here a while,
I think there
guys.
is fall
Podcast time.
damage as well.
Oh my god, we're gonna be here forever.
I think in the
guys.
original, when this game was originally being developed, if I remember correctly, this was one of the ending levels that wasn't an optional thing. This was just one of the ending levels. Like, I do remember doing this a couple of times.
we're gonna be here for literally the next 10 minutes.
I'm gonna get motion sick from doing this. I'm already feeling
Yeah,
dizzy.
my hurts. What if you just don't turn your mouse?
I've tried, you know what, I remember
feel like I'm gonna
trying
end up
that and I
falling down the
fell
middle.
back. 'Cause I'm fucking
yeah, that's all I
stupid.
could think about doing is.
I'm gonna take a break here. My head feels funny.
Wonderful wizard. Mighty as
Ugh.
a wizard of Oz, if ever a wizard was. If ever a wizard there was a wizard of Oz. This one. Because of the wonderful things that we're off to
Where's Rupert?
the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
He's way
Probably
ahead,
very
I
far
think.
ahead.
Oh, Jesus. He's cooking.
Rupert.
Rupert!
Yeah, I'm up here.
Rupa.
Hi,
What
Rupert!
floor are you on?
I want to make myself nauseous. Guys, close your eyes. Don't
You're
look
not
at the
here.
screen.
Like 2 floors ahead of us.
Don't look at the stream. Climbing this in real life would be a nightmare. It's a nightmare in game. I don't want to think about climbing this in real life. Honestly. Like, this is making my head feel funny. I feel a little nauseous.
Oh my god. I don't usually get motion sick, but even this is hurting.
Yeah, this is bad. I don't get motion sick playing games, but this is bad.
You
I
should
feel
take a break at floor
Oh.
35.
okay. At floor 35.
I already think Rupa's past floor 35.
We are not taking
Oh.
a break at floor 35.
I am. My head. Ugh. Oh my god, I actually feel a little sick. I don't know why it's so bad. One dude there, you got this. I'll power through for you. Oh my god, this is rough. Ugh. My friends left me. I can't believe they left me. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking fall off. Hold on, I need to
What?
slow down.
Ochi!
Yeah?
It went straight from 46 to 94.
Oh, yay! We did it, guys!
But there's more stairs.
Oh.
And they're not here.
46.
Did they miss it?
Bro, oh wait, I think they
I
did.
think they missed it.
No way! Guys, come
Guys.
back down.
What floor are you on?
Hi, quarter boy! Oh, hello, my sweet boy. Oh no! Hi, Corduroy. Everybody say hi, Corduroy. Are you gonna lay down? Your eye. Purr, purr, purr. I wonder what it's like to be a cat
Ouchie.
and be pet. Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah?
never mind.
What were you
He's
gonna
very
say?
enthusiastic.
What's up?
It's nothing.
Oh, okay. If I sound a little further from the mic, it's because Corduroy is cuddling now.
Hello?
Hi!
Oh, hello.
You guys missed it, look.
We had to run a very long way. Oh my god.
Okay, I guess.
I think we may
Go
just need
down
to go
here
back
then, right?
down now.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
That's what the image said. We jumped down.
Oh, we jump?
Oh, I messed up.
Okay, I'm glad that worked. Oh, you're getting sick. I'm sorry. think I remember a Roblox game that was. It gives me like flashbacks to this. Oh. The suburbs. Ugh. Okay, guys.
Whoa.
One
Is
more.
this Squid Games?
I think this is.
Whoa.
Good.
안녕하세요.
Good.
Tags𖦹.
I'm in a very
Oh.
Korean phase of my life right now.
Me too.
Jinsha?
Yeah, Jincha.
Wait. Oh, there he is. Okay, now we need to try for that fuck ass.
Oh.
I don't want to do this level.
Wait, hold on. How do we get there though?
The hub.
Let me check the fastest way to get there. Here, give me.
Okay. He's clutching for us, guys. Is there anything you guys want to say to chat?
My head hurts.
You are now breathing manually.
How dare you do that? That's not funny.
I'm always breathing manually.
That's not.
They said fuck. Why would you do that to them?
Why would you do that?
Dude, you can't give them self-awareness. You're gonna drive them insane.
You can't. Those stairs already drove me insane.
I always have to breathe manually or I forget. Turning your head to think about that.
Stop making me think about it! Stop!
Hi, welcome
It's
back.
level 6.
Oh, okay.
You're still doing it.
Huh?
I hate everybody.
Nothing.
What happened?
You don't want to know.
Don't worry about
You
it.
don't.
I hate
What
everyone.
happened?
You can watch the VOD later.
Okay.
Hey, how you feeling?
I can't breathe.
Hey.
I can't breathe.
Exhale.
I'm in tears, OG.
And just exhale. Never inhale again.
Oh no, ladies
Tears.
first, I insist.
You can't do this. You can't do
I
this.
mean,
What happened?
Shouldn't you inhale first if you can't breathe? No, you should definitely exhale and that's it.
okay.
Just stop to breathe. Hey,
Good for me.
how you feeling?
You said door number what?
Thank you for the
Or, I
advice. I'll
guess
try it.
it's supposed to be level 6.
No, wait, you're special. Breathe. Inhale.
OG, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Huh? You gotta exhale, bro.
I can't breathe.
That means it's working.
Where is this fuck ass level?
Where's door
Seven.
number 6,
You
guys?
said 6? It might be the
I
6th
see
in the
now.
row.
Oh,
We can open the doors and see what the inside looks like. 188. That's. Oh. You find it?
I think. And then we get
Bilbo
we go right back.
Baggins. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, this is leading to it.
We have to make our way back.
Ugh, I feel sick.
Yeah.
Or,
We're in the house.
Then we have to find.
Oh yeah, this
Oh.
was it,
oh,
right?
bro. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot easier than mine
And then-
anticipated.
oh, yeah, over here.
Oh god.
I'm blue.
Mamma mia.
Okay, this is what I was talking about when I said that
Voice.
you have to like scatter light everywhere with a gun. I hate this level. On so many levels.
No. I love how last time I didn't even know that you could fucking spray the shit.
Same.
Yeah. So how are we meant to find the
Wait, so
alternate
where?
ending
Shut.
here?
Yeah.
My censoring
How do
skills.
we
They're
try it?
impeccable.
I don't know. It's just a maze.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and you can lose
Yeah.
sanity.
Oh,
You're
I
being
can go
so
over here.
change of real right now.
I think I found it.
Huh?
Over here. I found it.
Where's
How'd you
over
get
here?
there? Oh, over here,
Found
over
it.
here.
Bruh. Over here, over here?
Oh, voice.
Yeah, this
Hello,
is where
John?
Ripper
You're
is.
this random dot.
I love my voice.
Oh!
Over here.
Pink!
Is this it?
Oh, wait, I don't like this.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew! Ooh.
That's so good.
Actually, kinda loving it.
Freeze.
There's axes.
Wonder what kind of enemies are in this level.
What the fuck?
Sounds like they found one.
Oh, what the It's walking, it's walking, it's walking.
What did they find?
What the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck?
Oh,
I
look, a
think
doll!
the boiled one's in the game mode, she.
A doll! Oh,
Freddy
shit.
Fazbear? Oh god. Hello? It's standing on your head. It's standing on my head now.
I think it's confused.
It's standing.
Do you think it's friendly?
It's okay to be confused. it killed Matt. Oh.
Oops.
Or.
Guys, it's just on top of you.
Hey,
Yeah.
you should walk that way.
What if I
I'm
just-
gonna move now.
Oh.
Huh.
Does it suck?
Hmm.
Well,
I
he
think we
seems
broke it.
friendly.
What's a teddy bear for?
I don't know.
Oh, it's gone.
Huh?
Maybe you throw the teddy bear at it? Look, there's another.
What are these
Oh,
bears?
wait, I
Oh,
collected
God.
multiple.
Hmm.
Oh.
Is this your bear,
Hello,
sir?
how goes the stream? Super well.
Um.
Row,
Oh.
row,
What the fuck?
row,
Oh, it's coming back.
row, row.
Is it
What
like?
are we supposed to do with this?
Oh yeah, we're trying to get
is it
the
like Leaping Angel?
the last alternative ending to unlock the true ending. Super close. It's very exciting. He's kind of cute. I like him.
Oh.
I think
okay.
you know what? I think we just need to look at him.
Thing is, what are we supposed to do here?
Oh no, he's still moving. I was going to Ripper
Oh.
now.
What? Where?
I was at the door.
I think he's friendly, guys.
Surely.
Oh. Oh. Where'd it go?
Surely.
Where'd it go?
He's over here now. He's following Ochi.
Oh.
You know what? I wonder if the teddy bear stops him.
Think so? If I look away.
Oh yeah, it is a look away thing. So you can't look away.
It
If
is?
he's yeah, if he's locked onto you, I think.
But he's still walking to me. Oh, he's gone.
Oh my god.
So if I just stand in this corner, I could.
Well, I
live.
think he floated over to Rupert. I think that's what that oh my god was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I found another teddy bear.
Looking at it right now.
Is that
Well,
you
I don't even
imitating
know
your
what the
cat?
objective is.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what the objective. Oh, it's gone.
The game is making. I don't know what the objective is either. The game. Listen, when I drop the teddy bear.
Go back to the start and see if it has
So when I drop all the teddy bears, it makes that meow noise, and then that's what I've been mimicking. My cats have weird meows. I honestly don't think I'd be able to mimic them properly. Because my girl, Mimsy, she just whines. Maybe you bring the bears to the stage in the first room. Oh, you know what? True. Wait. Let me go down there. Here we go. Let me go down here and see if I can put them on the stage. Guys, do we put the bears on the
on the X's?
Oh, on the X's?
Maybe.
Oh,
Absurd.
I have a bunch of teddy bears. Hold on.
Oh. Oh. He's walking.
did it work?
I have one more teddy bear.
We have all 3 of them are on the X's though.
Are they?
Or
Oh,
4,
there's no
yeah,
more
they're
Maddie
4.
is.
Chill
Oh.
out, bro. Stop staring at me.
Oh.
Those big ol' eyes. It looks like this one may be knocked a little bit, but I need him to get away from it. Okay, right here.
It's on you.
Oh!
Don't look at me!
Okay. We had to
He's mad!
Oh,
He's
yeah.
trying to touch me.
put them on the chairs. We had to put a bunch of animals plushies on the chairs.
Bro, not every single chair, right?
Every single chair.
Fuck. Ah! Okay. My bad. I didn't look at him hard enough.
I get that, but Wha-
I, in fact, don't got it.
we're gonna pick up the toy anymore.
You guys got this. Exclamation point.
I don't have any toys anymore.
Is that a bear? I don't think it is.
We need to find.
Is that 3,
more.
4 more bears?
4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Ah!
He's so mad. How's your guys' day going? Super well, I hope.
Let's go.
I hope it's not super late for you guys. Guys, are we all sleep deprived?
Where'd he go?
We may be cooked. You think they're losing their sanity in real life? They definitely are. I think this is having an impact on their sanity. Look, guys, a banker's lamp. Did you know banker's lamps weren't popular when they first came out? And they actually, I think, had to shut down the factories for production because they couldn't get enough sales. But they suddenly resurged, I think, post World War II.
One.
I think post World War II. I could be wrong. It's been a little bit since I've looked at the banker lamp information because there's not a lot online.
The toys emit like a sound when they're idle.
My time's the same as yours.
2 more.
Ah! Look, I'm at 11:30 p.m. Bro,
They
I
emit
hope
a
you slept
sound
well.
when they're
I'm
idle.
glad you're having
I think so.
fun.
Unless it's the
Yippee!
guy.
We're super happy to have you. Hi, Mimsy.
So you
Both
can't pick
the
up that
cats
one
are
at this
here.
chair. You don't see it? Or do you see it?
Which one?
Hi, my bugs.
This one here? On this back chair?
I don't see
Whoa,
On the
wait,
floor?
have you not eaten yet?
Okay,
Bro, make
that's
sure
just
you
both.
eat. You gotta have something good. A full, well-rounded meal of Lucky Charms.
There was one over here. Oh no, not that one.
Hi, Corduroy. Please don't
I
press
can't
any
pick
buttons.
up this one. I don't know if you see that one.
Ow.
No?
Buddy, you are hovering over my keyboard
Okay.
and making me a little bit nervous. Okay. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up. Reese's Puffs, read it. Gonna get a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch after the stream. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is
What?
so fucking good.
Huh?
That's
What do
delightful.
you say?
Oh, how's it?
Hey, are
It's
you
cutting out.
cereal first or milk first?
Hello.
Hello?
Wow.
Oh,
That's what the
Yay,
monster
look,
sounds like.
gun. Over here? Do you hear it?
Over here?
You hear this?
Wait, he's here. Okay.
Do you hear the noise it makes?
Yeah. It's behind you.
Oh.
Cereal first. Good. Cereal first unless
What's up?
it's a second bowl, and then you put cereal, and then you keep the milk from the old bowl, and then you make ultra cereal milk. You know what? When I was younger, I watched this food documentary about it was like a cereal milk like store disconnected.
Oh. Oh.
We gotta restart because otherwise Jun's not gonna get the achievement. And we may be soft locked like we were in the pool room.
Wait, before we do, let me put. Oh yeah, what if I just?
Then I think we all just respawn. He fully disconnected, didn't he? We still have to restart. We only have 3
that way
people.
the, yeah, but that way the progress is saved for sure.
Oh, true, 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 true. Okay, okay, okay. I'll restart, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Reese's Puffs? Oh. Oh, that's such a hard question. I'm a Cinnamon Toast Crunch girl. I really like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I have got a thing for cinnamon though. That's just me. I don't like peanut butter as much. Peanut butter and banana I can get behind. But like peanut butter and chocolate, I don't know. Oops. There we go.
Who the hell are you?
You did eat a bowl of cinnamon that one time? I didn't eat a bowl of cinnamon. Hi guys.
You didn't? Oh, you did.
No, I didn't. It was
Hi,
pie
guys.
crust.
I remember you did.
No, it was pie crust.
I remember that time you did as
It
well.
was
my God.
pie crust that served as a bowl, and in the middle of the bowl was just cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Actually,
You're a strange, you're
Yeah,
a strange
I
creature,
remember.
Mochi.
yeah, actually, no. I
Pretty
can
weird.
see how the pie crust tin could act as a bowl. Oh shit! I almost started a new game. I forgot to go through the
Oh,
levels.
God.
Okay, we're good. Was the cinnamon that good? Yeah. Okay, wait. So it's raw pie crust with cinnamon, like lots of cinnamon and a little bit of sugar. You don't need much sugar, just a little bit. And it's so
Oh,
fucking
there you
yummy.
go.
It has
I
to be.
love
It does have to be.
Oh.
We
Oh.
did it!
Oh.
And we
It
all
does have to
stand
be
here
Pillsbury
and
pie
perform.
crust, though.
On stage
Wait,
now
we're the
and not get modded.
animatronics.
Wait, guys, can I be Freddy?
This is what I wanted to do from the beginning.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Oh.
I don't like the look of this. Oh
we're
fuck!
getting gas.
What? Oh!
Pie crust by itself is good. It is! See? And they judged me. They were like, it's raw? Yes! It's good! And then you just enhance it by adding sugar and cinnamon. Wait, he's kind of cute. You need to see the picture. It's just pie crust with cinnamon and sugar. The pink house, he's so cute. I really like him, actually.
What a
I like him!
He
nice
just
one.
emoted on us and left.
He
He
did.
does.
We had to follow
He
him.
was like, come here.
There's
Yeah.
partly pie crust in the cinnamon. It's not that bad. No,
You
the
can follow
ads.
them.
Guys, we gotta wait. Hold on. We gotta wait. There's ads.
Bruh.
Oh, this is the part where
Damn it.
you
Greedy
promote in
streamer.
your chat.
Greedy streamer, bro.
Pretty real.
This is where you promote. Sub to
Yeah.
the Ochi, Mochi.
Oh, wait.
You
I
don't
forgot
break
that I
from the
can promote
ads.
subs. Oh, but I feel bad.
You're an idiot.
Damn.
Fuck.
So mean.
I knew I was bad at marketing. But come on. Close. Whoa! Thank you for
Thanks for
gifting.
the-
Thank you for the
Oh,
gifted
okay.
sub.
Gee.
Bro, it's not that bad. I swear you can see the crust. Okay, I'm assuming everybody's ad free now. We can go.
Okay.
So is there another level, or do we just get the ending now?
I think we just get the ending now, yeah? Hmm. Yippee! Yeah, the ads are done now. Okay.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh shit, all of us need to be on it. Press start? Guys, how do we press start?
What happened?
Hello? Excuse me? Sir, we closed a while ago. I didn't even notice you when I was cleaning up. A cool costume, by the way. You must have really gotten into that game, but we're not allowed to have you past 10. I'll unlock the doors for you so you can go home. I gotta get home too, you know. Sorry, I just had a really long day. Hopefully yours was better.
Yeah. Yay! That was it. We finished the Backrooms. Dude, Fancy cooked with us. You actually stream every Tuesday? I do stream every Tuesday. I stream every Tuesday, and then there's random additional days. I'm still in the process of ironing my schedule out. As it stands, I am streaming every Tuesday, roughly 8 p.m., which I actually am lowering, I think, to 4 or 6 p.m. I just need to figure out which one. Probably 6-ish p.m. because I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule right now. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna iron out my stream schedule to be Tuesdays and Saturdays. I was actually just talking about this earlier to my family. So I'm thinking Tuesdays probably around 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Because I don't work the next day, so I'm able to stay up a little bit later. I think I actually did stream this last Tuesday, but I've been inconsistent with the times. I try to hit 8 p.m., but I'm a little messy with it. But I am getting a lot better at it. I have only been streaming for like maybe a month or month and a half ish, I think. And trying to figure out that schedule along with organizing my other projects has been a little bit hectic. But I am getting more consistent with it, which I am really happy about. And I am going to be streaming on Tuesday again at, we'll say 6 p.m. and I'll stick to that. For any additional like random streams that might pop up, those are going to be posted on my website or my Instagram. So you can check out my Instagram for additional things like that. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to stick to Tuesdays and Saturdays. I'm sorry, you tried hitting up a stream a little bit ago when I wasn't live. I have been improving on that. It's just a bit of a process getting used to it. Unmuted on Discord. Oh! Got me through my first, through YouTube for my first Backrooms video. Yay! I'm so glad it's working. Honestly, I am really happy with how my YouTube channel's been growing. I'm pretty proud of it.
We did
I'm
it.
turning everybody up
Hope
right
she
now.
hates us.
We did do it.
She has to talk to her chat.
I was turning you guys up. I was turning you guys up while I talked.
Hate us.
Wow.
I don't
We
hate you
did it.
guys.
We escaped the Backrooms.
We
And
did.
it only took us 14 hours.
Yay! OG is super famous. I'm trying to be. Not super famous, but I think 15K would be a really cool goal.
Who are you?
Guys,
Yeah,
guys, we finished the Backrooms. How cool is that?
We did it.
Dude, I'm so happy. I've never properly finished the Backrooms because each time I got close to it, the game was still in development.
Oh.
So,
Gee.
yeah. The game was still in development, so I was still like trying to figure it out.
there's still 4 achievements we could get, guys.
Yeah.
Oh
There
God.
There's still 4 achievements.
Beat the game in multiplayer with hard difficulty. Beat the game
Oh,
with
fuck.
Oh,
in
yeah.
nightmare
Fuck
difficulty.
no.
I'd rather not try to
Nuh-uh.
get those.
Beat the game in easy to.
You've never seen the ending
Yeah, we
before?
did normal.
Me neither.
We're too good for not. For
I'm
easy.
super happy. We're so cool. Are we gonna keep? Oh wait, no, because you're gonna be busy on Saturdays. You got D&D coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna have D&D.
Unfortunately, unless you want to schedule a different day for our multiplayer game session.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be just Saturdays.
Yeah.
It would have to be. Here's the thing. It would have to be earlier if we were gonna do that, which means it relies on Matt. But we can
Earlier, like,
sort that out later.
Okay.
We can sort that out
Oh.
later. For now, I'm so glad it was fun to watch. Yay!
Yay.
Do you guys want to say bye to chat?
Oh,
No.
Oh my god.
chat. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
Bye,
watching,
chat.
guys. Catch you next time.
Bye.
Make sure to watch Twitch TV / Rupert.
Oh, wait, guys, plug your users. All of these guys are streamers too.
Sometimes.
They're
We
so
are.
cool.
I'm not, but I do. Yeah.
Okay, so Jun does art.
Yeah,
He's
but-
very, very cool. And then Rupert, he does fun streams. He's also very cool. And
not.
Matt, he does covers on YouTube. Also very
Yeah.
cool. And that's their
pretty cool.
intros.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Outros.
Bye.
I hope everybody. Oh, enjoy your cinnamon toast crunch.